FESSUD is important because it's almost a unique project in the history of studying the economic crisis, I think, because it brings together massive number of not only people but also perspectives. So I think in that sense you have a unique opportunity to study financialization and above all financial crisis. So I think it's almost, as I said, unique project. So I think the main issue was that it sounded sort of an interesting opportunity to work together with people that otherwise one doesn't maybe work so much together. And so, as I said, also the diversity of perspectives was very appealing initially. Well, our work package is number 4, and it deals with financial regulations. So the idea is to understand how the financial regulations have evolved in different European countries and what has been the impact of European Union on these financial regulations. So this, the idea is basically financial regulations, the way we regulate banks. I mean, this gives you also the financial structure of the economy, and that sort of gives you what your economy is doing in the sense of, jobs and innovation and growth and all that. So, but we look at the beginning of this sequence. We look at the financial regulation and how it impacts the financial structure of the economy. Once we talk about financial industry and finance, I mean, financial regulation is the key way the governments actually deal with the financial sector. So, I mean, the governments create regulations. So in that sense, I would say that it relates in a very fundamental way. I mean, if you don't talk about regulation, you cannot really understand financialization or the financial crisis. Well, it's I think the main methodological, if you will, aspect is a comparative study of 6 different countries. So we have countries from the core Europe, if you will, and then also from the periphery of Europe, like Spain, Estonia, and Slovenia as well. And so we have let's say, a comparative aspect. And then it's a typical a political economy or financial research in that sense, that we look at more qualitative than quantitative issues, if you will. But so it's always a sort of mix of methods, if you will. But the main bulk of the work is done in comparative country study. If you think about the issue of financial regulation, it's a very complex issue, especially in Europe these days. And so but also in the US, of course. So I guess, I mean, it would be the best possible result would be that if our work is in some ways becomes part of the discussions, ongoing discussions, because the entire project, of course, comes from a alternative heterodox perspective. So it's, by definition, it's not what is discussed these days. So I think for an entire project it would be very good if the issues that we discuss here become part of the more mainstream discussions. So, but that means that we have to work very hard, of course.